video and welcome to the channel. I'm Charmaine. I'm the Chief Digital Marketing Officer at Sky Digital Agency, and in today's video, I'd like to share with you why it's important to create elevator video pitches for yourself for greater brand awareness. This video is for you, especially if you are in the education sector. You are a tuition teacher, you're maybe a teacher in primary, secondary schools. We talk about learning from home, right? Most of us are working from home, but we are learning from home. And how can you create some home-based learning content? Is to have videos like this. Why is videos very important? If you compare animation videos with videos like this, a video actually helps someone to get to know you better, to know you, like you, and trust you. And this is something that a lot of the other contents that we create, even a blog post or infographic, is unable to address, because video content actually helps you to see the person for real, right? And as we speak, the way that we position our language, or the way that we bring about certain points, helps you to decide for yourself whether this is an expert in their field and whether you want to sign up for their workshop, which is what we are going to do today. We are going to share with you 3 things that you would be thinking or you should be considering before starting on creating videos for social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, or YouTube, right? During the course, we will dive deeper into this social media platforms, including the duration of the platforms. But today, I'd like to share with you 3 pillars, right? So I have personally seen a lot of videos from great teachers, from great keynote speakers, or even from lecturers. And especially with lecturers, they have a lot of knowledge. But when they start rolling the camera and they start filming themselves, the energy is very low and monotonous, right? So one of the key things to understand is that energy level. And what are some things to improve the energy level? Okay, according to studies, you can try power poses. A lot of the power poses might work for you, might not work for you. My favorite, I think you should Google power poses, is the Obama pose. Obama likes to lift his feet on the table and just stretch back like this. Okay, and that is one of my favorites. I think it does help to build the energy. But one of the key things that I do on my end is really to look back at my videos and to look at the energy I have in those videos. So if the energy is low, I would actually just tell myself, I walk around a little bit, or if you have watched some of the keynote speakers, before they go on stage, they actually jump on the spot. So those things actually pump more blood and everything, so it actually gives you more energy to create as you start recording your video. Okay, so number 1, energy level. Very, very important point. Number 2, how to remember your script. Okay, so now the key thing here is not so much of remembering your script, because as you try to remember, you are not really convinced. You're always trying to go back to your memory. So one of the key things to help you get started, and one of the key things about learning and getting better, is to take one step at a time. Small baby steps, right? Even if we are going to do a creation of a video, don't need to be so stressed as to, do I need to come up with a video a day? Do I need to come up with a video a week? How many videos do I need to have, right? The key thing is to get started. And as you get started, and as people actually notice you for the videos that you create, I think that encourages you to create more. So the second thing that we were talking about, so first is energy. The second point is, how can you remember your scripts? Now, my tip is to actually focus on one point. So if I were to share with you today, what is really important is videos more important on YouTube, or is videos more important on LinkedIn? I'm going to focus on that one point that I'm going to make. And usually I encourage participants, if they find that 3 sub-points to support their main point, conclusion point is very difficult, just start with 1 point first. So one main key thing that is going to support, but usually you would think of more things. So I would suggest that you would actually think about the 3 sub-points that you like to make, and we'll give you more guidelines as how to, because with videos, the good thing is that you can edit them, right? So you can actually think of one main key topic that you are very passionate about, and use 3 sub-points to support that point, which is like what I'm doing right here. So the first is energy, the second is how to remember your scripts, right? So just don't have too many points to have, And the third point is how can you actually create video content that people are actually curious about. If you create a video content about social media, but people are not even asking the question about social media, then you will not have that viewership, because people are not looking for this kind of content. They are not curious about this kind of content, right? So my top tip for you is to go to forums like Quora. Quora has many questions being uploaded there. All things, even in our industry, I can easily look for questions about Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, LinkedIn, SEO, Google Analytics, email marketing. Now, the key thing is to focus. So if I am in digital marketing, I will pick on basically those questions that people are commonly asking, and there are many threads and questions and answers to them. Those are what I want to focus on, because those are what is a hotter topic than other maybe topics, right? So I want to focus on those. So there's a high chance that there are more questions about Instagram than LinkedIn and YouTube or even email marketing. So you have to weigh these things, and I will usually go for those that have more questions being asked, or there's actually a different strategy, which is there's an underserved audience. So some people, they would also like to go for the underserved audience. You might not get great viewership from them, but if you do it well, people do pay attention to you, your channel, your social media pages more. They might follow you if you're very consistently putting out content. Okay, so I will touch on all the other different topics about the different social media platforms. What are some things to consider during the one-day workshop? But these are 3 things for you to consider: your energy level. How are you going to remember your script? Just focus on one point. The ideal case is to have 3 sub-points to support that one point, and the third is to look at forums for ideas, because these are questions that people are asking on forums, and if you answer them in the form of videos, there's a high likelihood that there's a lot of people asking these questions. And the good thing about this is, if people have been answering them, but it is a very old video, like maybe this question has been answered say 6 years ago, 2 years ago, and you're going to create a video now, that is a newness of the perspective, and also someone is creating a new content in their own perspective of their industry knowledge. So it's not only about social media. If your industry is about, say, entrepreneurship, if your industry is about accounting, right, you can create those videos as well, or graphic design. Okay, so it doesn't really matter what topic you have. So on forums like Quora, they have tons of questions being asked on those platforms. So I highly recommend you to remember and write down these 3 points and ask and get started. But if you like to really dive deeper, get feedback from myself as a trainer during the workshop, understand what are some ways to edit, or some platforms that we introduce for you to look at, the scripts and strategy that we talk about. One of them is forums. Google is another content research strategy as well. Do join us, because we share more of my favorite resources when it comes to video marketing and content marketing and digital marketing. Alright, so thank you so much for watching this video. I look forward to seeing you at our one-day workshop. Thank you so much. Do remember to drop a like and subscribe. We have more than 100 videos on our YouTube channel, from anything from Instagram, Facebook to SEO, email marketing and LinkedIn marketing. So we have a lot of resources for you. So do remember to subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you at our workshops.